They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Lucky 56.
They run it here with Thompson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go. Way to go, D. Way to go, D.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Weaver. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
56,
but in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Gone!
On 3rd down, it's Thompson, and he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Weaver. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? If they catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Hot.
Looking to throw. Weaver. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Off play action. Weaver. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. Oh, spinning away. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
Here's Breida. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38! Check 24, check 24. Ohio! Ohio! Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! White 90! White 90! Kill, kill, kill! Kill, kill!
The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Ohio! Ohio! Let's go!
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cannon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing.
go. Grand 38.
On the run, it's McNichols. He's to the 10, and all the way down to the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
So they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Watch it. No. Off. Let's go. White, 90.
He'll get it up the middle. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Come on, let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
They'll run with McNichols, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weaver. James has got it. Complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now they'll run it on the toss. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it, baby. That's it. Big hit. Detroit! Check. 59.
Mel Thompson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
4 down. Check. Watch it now, Barney.
Operating from the gun, Weaver. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Lucky 56.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty move. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
To throw on second down, Weaver. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Give to the fullback on the dive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Flex round! Here we go! Red 38!
On the give, this is their fullback. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Run. Get it.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. Over the middle, complete. It's Cannon. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Lights 59. We ain't giving up nothing today. All right, now Rookie 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Watch him now, Barney.
Back to throw. Weaver. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. So we're okay. Well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go. White 90. White 90. Ohio.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his pass incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Ohio. Let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Ohio. Flex round.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. Come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun.
Looking to throw on second down. Weaver. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit, Detroit.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be second down.
Let's get it. Gun, 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 gun.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Detroit, Detroit.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Gun, 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 gun. Watch that end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
To throw on second down. Weaver. He's going to fire one deep up. He rifles one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
They'll go McNichols to start the drive. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Ohio. Ohio.
Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38! Hey, alert 3, alert 3! Ohio! Ohio!
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cannon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Check. 3 down.
Now it's McNichols. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
That's it, baby! Check 26, check 26. Let's go! White 90! White 90!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Derek Rivers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Single. I got a single in the slot. Hot.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 20.
Watch him now, Barney. Hot. Check 31. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Off the play fake. Weaver.
Motion.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Weaver. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
And look at that, a diving catch. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run with Thompson. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Leopard, Leopard. Check. Fresno.
And they'll run it here. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Leopard. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weaver. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Hot.
Operating from the gun. Weaver. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And Denver getting set to take the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Their fullback getting the carry. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
They'll try to run with their fullback. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here we go. Red 38.
Here's McNichols. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey. Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Check out round. Flex round. Flex round. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hut.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
Well, now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round. Kill. Check.
On the ground, this is McNichols. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And McManus able to put it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. 1 possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They go with McNichols to start the drive. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
For the storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
To make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to